Welcome. Thanks for taking the time to learn about Theum and the next generation of knowledge management. You're currently watching Users Want Answers, Not Documents. Free your business from the knowledge paralysis caused by document-oriented search. My name is Richard Reed. I'm the Executive VP at Theum Corporation, a knowledge management company headquartered in Stuttgart, Germany. In this video, I'll be examining one of the most serious challenges facing businesses today, finding and accessing knowledge. I'll be identifying the primary cause of the exploding management costs associated with today's knowledge delivery processes, and illustrating how this cause is in fact one of the industry's greatest threats to digital transformation and future business agility. The reality may surprise you, but the facts and the logic involved are inescapable. I'll continue by showing how our product Theum helps businesses transcend today's knowledge access problems. Should you have any questions, please jot them down while you're watching. Then visit our website at www.theum.com, where you will find many ways to begin a dialogue with us and get your questions answered. So let's begin. Two types of knowledge dominate corporate information today. The first is structured. This is the knowledge that describes transactions, inputs, and outputs that occur in your business every day. Examples of such knowledge are the number of products that were sold today, the names of all customers who signed up, the number of widgets produced, and the number of faulty widgets produced. This is the knowledge captured in relational databases. It is used to predict trends, anticipate the future, identify potential opportunities, and to ensure manufacturing processes run smoothly. Typical questions include, what is the economic potential of product X? Which supplier of part A has delivered with greatest reliability over the last year? Which products are customers in Maryland interested in, and what are their motivators? What customer trends are developing in Malaysia? The analysis of large amounts of relational knowledge for the purpose of creating an intelligent business advantage is the goal of big data. The second type of corporate knowledge is unstructured. It is the knowledge that formalizes and describes how the business functions, or documents facts that help workers perform tasks. Examples of such knowledge are a document describing how a security report should be created and filed, a document describing the replacement procedure for the battery in machine X, a document describing rules for shipping products, a document describing exceptions to shipping procedures for each country, a research paper describing facts determined from the latest marketing study or scientific analysis. This is the knowledge captured in documents. It is used to ensure workers are performing tasks the way the business requires, not only for efficiency reasons, but for compliance and quality assurance reasons. Typical questions include, how do I calculate the value of an intangible asset? What steps do I have to follow to submit security reports to a regulatory authority? How do I replace the power unit on a Model 32S forklift? What should I do when the yellow control panel light on the conveyor system is blinking? How do I ship batteries to Indonesia? And are there any country-specific customs information that need to be considered? This area of knowledge is increasingly critical for businesses, as they realize that the speed with which workers can access the knowledge in documents is directly related to the speed of their business process, the quality of their products, the ability to serve customers competently, and future business agility. This is the area where Theum works, and it's the area I'll focus on for the remainder of this video. Let's look at how unstructured knowledge is managed and accessed today. Here's an example business process, manufacturing, where knowledge about how products are produced is maintained. The knowledge is organized into many different categories, here by product and by factory, and within each category there are many types of procedural and supporting knowledge. The collected knowledge in this business process is often called a knowledge silo, but this term is also often used to refer to the knowledge managed in one IT system within the process, for example within a document management system. Here we have another business process, governance, with other categories, in this example corporate and financial reporting, and within each category many types of procedural and supporting knowledge. The difficulty in knowledge access begins with the fact that every business process uses its own systems to capture and maintain knowledge. Businesses have found that forcing a single system enterprise-wide is often a double-edged sword, and for good reason. Each business process has chosen the systems it finds most efficient. Forcing a single system has a great chance of undermining this efficiency. And yet integrating these systems directly is usually cost prohibitive. In such situations, systems that cannot be properly integrated represent silos of unreachable knowledge. The problem is made worse by the fact that businesses usually have more than one or two business processes distributed throughout the organization. The reality can be staggering. The standard solution for this is to cast a net of enterprise search over the whole thing, helping workers identify the documents that may contain the knowledge they need, regardless of where they are managed. That sounds smart, but let's take our blinders off and look at how well this really works. Here's a screenshot of a typical legal manual in a large multinational business. The purpose of the manual is to describe procedures that must be followed when creating a contract with customers, vendors, and partners to minimize corporate risk and liability. As you can see, the project consists of 80 files organized into 31 folders. The document management system being used is SharePoint. In this example, workers would be expected to access SharePoint to search for the knowledge they need, either by searching through the source files themselves or through PDF renditions of them. In our case, let's say I'm a worker looking for knowledge about what I should include in a new contract about performance guarantees for the plant system with regard to customer obligations. So I enter a long-tail search string in SharePoint search bar in the hopes of limiting the number of irrelevant hits I have to look at. Here I type in performance guarantees, plant system, customer obligations. The result is a list of documents that SharePoint, which uses one of today's most powerful enterprise search technologies, has determined to be most relevant. Great! But now the fun begins. I launch the first document, wait for it to load, and start scrolling through it. Sad to say, it doesn't contain the knowledge I'm looking for. So I repeat this a few more times. The next document is 3 pages long, and the one after that 4 pages. Imagine what doing this is like on your smartphone, and how long the process takes over the mobile network. Whatever the outcome, your mobile provider is happy with the traffic. Now here at last, on the 4th document, I strike gold. On page 8 of this 19-page document, I find what I need. But wait! Would I have even clicked on this document? The description does not indicate a very strong relevance, and the title is completely misleading. Let's say I don't click on this document. Instead, I continue. The rest of the documents are also incorrect. First I launch and scan through 10 pages, then 8, then 13. And SharePoint delivers 2 more pages of search results, just like this one. The correct conclusion to make here is not that SharePoint is somehow deficient. Every other search engine delivers variations of the same thing, a stack of documents. The correct conclusion to make is that document-oriented knowledge delivery is a disaster area that can never work. The logic is inescapable. Every document is different, making it impossible for systems to understand and automate the knowledge in them. Companies are forced to manage complex taxonomies and invest in expensive user-oriented tracking technologies to increase relevance. These compensations help, but they can't keep up with the problem. Even the best searches lead to stacks of documents. Delivering the right documents isn't enough. That's the easy job. The hard part is still left to the knowledge user. Combined with an increased focus on knowledge capture and retention, and magnified by an accelerating number of corporate acquisitions and mergers, the document-oriented disaster is growing and unstoppable. Despite investment in the latest search technologies and better relevance, document search hit lists aren't getting shorter. The effort required to piece knowledge together into a usable picture after the right documents have been found is resulting in tangible slowdowns in business process execution and decreasing responsiveness. The knowledge access process is entering a state of paralysis. The impact of this paralysis is significant and damaging to the business in many ways. Workers can't find knowledge in the instant it's needed. Workers can't be instantly responsive in customer service areas. Workers can't find knowledge unless they already know where it is. Workers stop at the first knowledge found, failing to consider exceptions in special cases, or perhaps they use incorrect knowledge. Workers are unable to obtain big-picture knowledge from multiple sources. Even more concerning, some workers use the knowledge they already know to save time, even though it may have changed. Despite the increasing paralysis, we can't seem to free ourselves from 1990s thinking. Today's modern technologies continue to deliver documents, ignoring a single obvious truth. The truth being, users don't want documents. They want the knowledge in them. And that's what systems want as well. This is exactly what Theum delivers. Theum is next-generation knowledge management technology that delivers ready-to-use answers from the knowledge stored in documents. It changes the knowledge game by helping your business focus on and use knowledge instead of wasting its time accessing documents. Here's how Theum works. It starts by extracting and atomizing the knowledge in documents, making it selectable and usable at the atomic level. That's the level of paragraphs, tables, lists, and images. It then normalizes the atoms into a uniform, predictable, automatable format. The atoms are then used to build a knowledge matrix enriched with thematic relationships. We call this a thematic matrix. When a query is entered, Theum selects atomic text passages, image tables, and lists that fit the query. It then delivers requested knowledge on one page, filtered by context, and ready to use. Here's a simplified picture of how Theum works. Users contribute documents to a local Theum knowledge base. The documents may be managed on a file system, in a document management system, in SharePoint, or anywhere else. The documents are contributed in groups that belong together. In the Theum world, these are books. Books are additionally organized into libraries. From an end-user perspective, finding knowledge is as easy as opening a knowledge base, finding the correct library, and opening a book. In the background, however, something else is happening. The Theum server is atomizing the documents, normalizing them into an identical format, analyzing the normalized knowledge for relationships, and storing the result in the knowledge base's thematic matrix. Even though users see what look like document pages from books and libraries, they're really looking at atomic knowledge. This makes big-picture knowledge possible. By this I mean relevant knowledge that originates from many sources and perhaps many knowledge bases. A topic, which is like a section of a Word document, contains a number of atoms, each of which used to be a paragraph, table, list, or image. A book consists of multiple topics, a library of multiple books, and a knowledge base of multiple libraries. An answer, or the knowledge needed by a worker to complete a specific task, consists of knowledge from all of these locations, organized by relevance and context, and ready to use without launching and scanning through documents. Now let's revisit a drawing from before. Here we see the knowledge bases that exist throughout the business, each with its own thematic matrix. Each knowledge base knows about the others. So when a user performs a query on the matrix, he or she gets answers from the local knowledge base or all other relevant knowledge bases. These work in parallel to deliver the knowledge atoms relevant to the query. Theum then collects these, dynamically analyzes them for further relevance, organizes them into contexts, and presents them to the user on a single page, ready to use. So where today we have this, with Theum, the business has this: instant, ready-to-use knowledge on demand. No documents, no effort, just query, get big-picture knowledge, get right to work. Consider here once again the case where a company has a main procedure manual, a supporting manual identifying special situations and exceptions, and a manual listing additional procedures required by different countries. Theum presents the user with all relevant knowledge from all of these sources on one page. Document-oriented search technologies can't even come close. Perhaps this case does not apply to your situation. But no matter how you look at it, getting the knowledge you need on a page without having to hunt it down is a dramatic improvement in business efficiency and speed in comparison to the document-oriented approach that's causing so much business pain today. In real-life terms, Theum turns this into this. Here you see the same query I entered previously into SharePoint, but with Theum, you see the knowledge needed to get right to work. Any performance guarantee should be further drafted in a way that, and here's the relevant information. Our principal aim is to avoid performance guarantees. In any case, performance warranties shall not be agreed without a concurrent long-term service contract. Aim for, and here are relevant items. Avoid, and here are those relevant items. Theum, of course, works on all mobile devices as well. The knowledge it delivers is pure web content, not documents. This creates the same user experience on every device. No document launching is necessary, making it easy to find what's needed and keeping network costs down. Thayum's next-generation knowledge management approach provides a number of advantages not possible in the document-oriented world. The collective asset becomes knowledge, not documents. All of it is available, and there are no more silos. Knowledge becomes accessible in a bite-sized, effective format, on demand and specific to the user's context, and ready to use. Knowledge becomes easily accessible on every device, mobile-friendly, and without document launching. Technology also disappears, eliminating cost, complexity, and resistance. No centralized knowledge management rocket science is required, no IT projects, no complex portals or technologies, and you'll have it up and running in less than a day. The organization works faster, with less cost and reduced effort. I'd like to wrap up by making a few final points that are helpful to keep in mind while selecting technology, regardless of which direction you decide to go. Documents are ideal for capturing knowledge. Humans are narrative creatures, and documents enable a subject to be completely documented in a storytelling style. Documents are, however, a ticking time bomb for delivering knowledge. They are productivity wasting, impossible to integrate with systems, impossible to automate, and they hinder the ability to take advantage of the full power of the mobile paradigm. The future is knowledge delivery, not document delivery. Thayum addresses this need head-on. That concludes this video. I hope you found the information useful. For a recorded product demo, please refer to our website at www.thayum.com, where you can also request a live demo. Thanks for your time, and I wish you great success with your knowledge management effort.